Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Lost. This is the 5th episode of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. I've actually just seen how many episodes are in season 1 and it's 25, mate. That is so many episodes. And the final 3 episodes is part 1, part 2, part 3. Split up into 3. That's crazy. Do you know what, right? I've got to say though, I actually do like that. You know, I would much rather prefer that they split episodes into 3 instead of me having to sit down for a 2-hour one. You know, like, not bashing Stranger Things, but kind of am. Their episodes in the last season was like 90 minutes, 2 hours long, and it's like, yo, I would rather have like a 15 episode 40, you know, a 40-minute episode season than a 9-episode season at 2 hours. Literally, that's so long. It's like a film every time I got to sit down. So big up to this show for doing that, keeping it at 45 minutes. Really excited to see, obviously, what's in store for us. Last episode, we focused in on Locke. He was in a wheelchair, and then obviously he crash landed and somehow got his, you know, well, he's feeling back in his legs, and no wonder he's up and about and he's getting ready and he wants to hunt, and you know, he's determined to go out and prove himself. It's very, very interesting. But obviously on this hunt, going after the, you know, after the boar, he did encounter whatever it is that's mooching around and attacking you know, the pilot, and looked like it was going to attack him, and Kate and that guy thought that he died, didn't they? Now the thing is, I raise a question that, do you reckon that he's seen the light? He's changed his ways, you know what I mean? Like, something's gone inside of his brain and now he's got a different outlook. Because when somebody come and spoken to him, like, yo, did you see it? Like, what was it? You know, it was heading towards you. No, I didn't see any of it. I didn't see it at all. It's like, that we know that's a white lie because we did see that right in front of him. So interested to see what happens with that. You know, Rose was saying as well that, you know, her husband, she doesn't think he's dead. And how does Jack know that everybody that was on the other breakaway parts of the plane have died? You know what I mean? He could land anywhere in the island and they could be thinking the exact same thing as them. Very good, mate. That is actually very good, and it obviously opens the possibility of integrating new cast members into the show later on. I do think we're going to have to start venturing into the island, which will be exciting because you can't stay on the beach for ages. Whilst also, you know, what's going to happen to Charlie when his stash actually runs out? You know what I mean? So far, he keeps pouring it into his hand. I'm no drug expert, but I would think that in a bag full of powder, pouring it out, there's more chance of it blowing away. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if he's pouring it and someone speaks to him and oh, shit, and it goes all over the floor, me, personally, I don't know about you, but I would have licked my finger and I put it in the bag so it sticks, and then I would, like, do that, you know? Not a drug expert, but that's what I would do. Like, if you have a, you know, if you ever had a sherbet lemon or something, and then you dip it into the powder and put it back in your mouth, you don't tip the powder onto the lolly, you lick the lolly and put it in the bag. So I'm not telling you how to take it, but that's the best way, mate. So I'm excited for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Stay down. Walk away now. You won't get your ass kicked. Should have stayed down, Jack.
Fair play to you, Jack, though.
Jack! Look, hurry! What? There's someone out there, look!
Oh, he's got there. Oh, he's peering.
Okay, just breathe.
How have you ended up out here, son?
Did you get her? There was a woman. I was trying to...
Did you get her?
Oh, it's a tough choice. Do you let him go and hope he stays up? Yo, that is such a tough decision. She's gone. Oh, I thought they was running in. Why is nobody else trying to help? Why does Jack have to do everything? Wow, that's a crazy start. So obviously, somehow, this woman's drifted out into the sea. Obviously, Boone's gone out to try and save her. Jack's gone as well. Somehow, he's noticed that Boone was there under the water before he noticed she was. Brought him up. Tough decision, that, isn't it? You've got him here. Obviously, he's just nearly drowned himself. You got to make it back to shore before you could go and get that woman. But by doing that, you're decreasing her chance of survival, aren't you? So, tough decision. I can't say one's right or what's wrong, because obviously, if you swam over with him, then it'd be a tough call, because obviously, trying to keep yourself afloat and two of them, it'd be too hard. I guess they lost her. They don't even know who it is that they lost.
Her name was Joanna. She wasn't supposed to be on the plane. She was scuba diving off the barrier reef and got an ear infection, and so the doctor grounded her for 2 days. She bumped her flight.
We've been here 6 days and I never talked to her. I never said a word to her. Never said a
You
single word to
tried.
her. No, I didn't. I thought I could bring him back and still have the time. I was there. I decided not to go after her.
No, mate. You chose to save her life and then try and save her.
need to put this with the rest of the gear.
That dog's just living his best life. Don't even care that he was just on a plane crash.
Son, the Korean lady.
Don't swallow it.
Why not?
Ocean water will make you thirsty.
입술 좀 봐. 물을 꼭 마셔야 돼. 걱정하지 마. 사람이 올 거야.
모두 다 우리를 무시해요. 좀 더 적극적으로 얘기를 하려고 노력을 하면.
아니, 우리는 괜찮을 거야.
I don't know, from that conversation it sounds like they might not be able to speak English.
You're in my light sticks. Got your damn stuff.
It'll keep off sand, please? How much?
Your money's no good here.
Then what the hell do you want?
I could take an IOU. Something tells me you're good.
You found a hairbrush in there, have you? I must have looked through 20 suitcases. Can't find one.
Sorting the practical clothes from the impractical.
Are you a Gemini?
I am a Gemini.
Yeah, I am.
I thought
I am.
so. I do your chart if you want it. Or not.
Yo, she suits that hat, man. I like it on her.
That's it?
That's it.
People just kind of took what they needed because we were supposed to be rescued. People find out this is all we have left, they're gonna freak out. Maybe we can make one of those water finding sticks.
What should we do with the stuff we got?
I don't know.
You tell the others we're running low. That way we could ration it. Then you can decide.
I'm not deciding anything.
Why not?
People get drawn to authority though, don't they? People who take charge. That's the thing, like natural people fall into natural positions. They just do. Do you know what I mean? You get the sheep and obviously you get the shepherd, so to speak. And like obviously he's here. He's took charge. Obviously, he's an authority figure. He actually is. He's big personality, and you know, people are looking up to him. Now, can you? I actually don't know this, and I probably think that you can. But can you take the salt water out of the sea, and then boil it on a pan, and then tip the water out and kind of filter the salt out of the water? If that makes sense. Now, that sounds way easier than it probably is, but is there any way that you can get that, you know, the water out of the sea and do something to it to make it drinkable?
You want to tell me what happened?
A couple guys jumped Mark Silverman.
A couple of guys jumped Mark Silverman. I had a boy on my table today. He got real hairy, real fast. Everybody's looking to your old man to make decisions. After the boy died, I was able to wash my hands and come home to dinner because I have what it takes. Don't choose, Jack. Don't decide. You don't want to try and save everyone. When you fail, you just don't have what it takes.
I could have made it back.
Could you know? Because she was drowning.
I told you to leave me. You were drowning. You're not the only one who knows what to do around here, you know that? I run a business. Who appointed you our savior, huh? Look at me. Look at me, Jack.
Is that his dad?
Dad?
Why has he seen him? Do you reckon it's because he's fallen into a leadership role? And obviously, what his dad just said before, that he's not got what it takes.
He'll be back.
This time it's different. I want you to bring him back.
He hasn't talked to me in 2 months, Mom.
You haven't talked to him in 2
He
months.
doesn't want me to bring him back.
You don't understand the pressure that
I understand pressure.
Jack, please, you know how he gets. He won't take care of himself. You have to go after him.
I can't.
You don't get to say, I can't. Not after what you did.
What did he do? Do you reckon he got on a plane to go and get him?
Where is he?
Australia.
What happened?
She just dropped.
It must be the heat.
Hi, it's me, it's Kate. What? You passed out.
Let me did. Oh, where's it gone? The case.
The watch is gone. Someone stole it.
When the others find out the water's gone, it's gonna get ugly. I'll go. Camp needs you two here, especially with the doctor gone.
Where are you? Where are you?
I wonder why he's seen them.
He hasn't used the bed in the past 3 days. I had to get security to escort your father to his room.
What's that have to do with renting a car?
I don't think any rental agent in Sydney would lease your father a car in this condition.
Who leaves a wallet?
Perhaps you should talk to the police, Mr. Shepard.
Where are you?
Most of the time, I don't even carry a wallet. It's all here now. Modern day technology. You could easily be lost now, Jack. Yo, he's lucky that he just grabbed onto that. How's he going to have the strength to pull himself up? Do you know what I mean? That's going to be an interesting one. But just a quick one there about him saying, who goes out without a wallet? Yes, okay, this was like 2004, so that's probably true. But nowadays, you don't have to. It's all contactless. Like, literally, I could take my... I'll tell you what, right? I have, in the past 5 years, probably longer, I've been in every shop that I've ever been able to buy with my phone. Whether I buy something that costs 10p or £100, I can use my phone to do it. And always contactless. Never have to do cash in any shop, whether it's the biggest shop ever, like Nike, or whether it's the smallest shop, like the local grocery, you know what I mean? Like the local person who's just got her own little shop that sells cards, contactless. But I went to the US a couple of months back, and they don't even do, well, some places don't even do, they still take checks. You have to write a check out and cash it in. I feel like they're living like 50 years in the past. Like, I'm not saying it's all of the US, but like from my experience in the UK, I've been able to go anywhere, whether it's bakers, butchers, local card shop, buying balloons, big grocery store, you know what I mean? Anywhere, get on a train, Nike factory, whatever you want to call it, card, bang, 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 bang on the phone. Go to the US, you want to go into a store, you have to write a check out in where I went anyway. And I felt that was just crazy. I felt like the UK was so advanced, and I feel like we're not. Go to Japan and we're like 50 years behind. Wait, oh, it's going to be locking it. What are the odds? What are the odds on that?
Come on.
That's what you like, though. You would be like that, wouldn't you? Light flash before your eyes.
How long have I?
A couple of hours. It's not much, but it's what we have.
Is Jack back yet?
No. Good old Mr. Locke's gone into the jungle to get some water for you.
When are they going to rescue us?
Soon.
Thanks, Charlie. People don't seem to look me in the eye here. It's like I'm this time bomb of responsibility just waiting to go off.
I have something keeping me active and going. Give me something to do and be bored.
Where did you get this?
Where did you she understands me.
Did you steal this water?
This had water in it. Is it yours? Who gave you this?
Sawyer, he's not stole it. I don't think he. I think he's easy to target.
A rat will always lead you to its hole.
It's true, but I don't know if it's him. But then again, oh, that's just his stash.
Oh, it's about time.
For what?
I made this birthday wish 4 years ago.
Where's the water now?
Man, touch me again. I traded Mr. Miyagi the last of my water for a fish he caught. He worked it out caveman style.
I like Sawyer. I believe him. I could be wrong, but like, I do like how he's trading stuff.
Seeing as you're the new sheriff in town.
And they need someone to tell them what to do.
Because I'm not a leader.
And yet they all treat you like one.
I don't have what it takes.
Why are you out here, Jack?
Chasing something.
The White Rabbit. Alice in Wonderland.
Wonderland, because who I'm chasing, he's not there.
All right, then you're hallucinating. But what if you're not? I'm an ordinary man, Jack. I meat and potatoes. I live in the real world. The others don't want to talk about it because it scares them. What if everything that happened here happened for a reason? But I've looked into the eye of this island, and what I saw was beautiful. To find some more water?
I'll come with you.
No, you need to finish what you started. Because a leader can't lead until he knows where he's going.
Do you know what? It's not that bad, that look, but it not took long, has it, for him to start like preaching about the island and about magic and about staring into its eyes and how seeing it and how good and great it is. You know what I mean? Like, mate, I knew it. And like, again, I know we don't like using show references, but we are literally 5 episodes off the back of a series that we watched for 100 episodes. Do you know what I mean? So it's fresh. And in there, they're on a place where toxins are released in the air and people start hallucinating. I use kind of the same analogy about transcending, about Bellamy seeing the thing and changing his mind, the same as it seems like Locke now is not really scared now of what's happening inside of the forest. He's stared directly into it and it's beautiful, apparently. Do you know what I mean? And he's free now and he wants to, you know what I mean? He's kind of like preaching it. But now it's like, what if there's some sort of thing in the air and it's like toxins are going and it makes you hallucinate and envision things, you know what I mean? It'd be interesting. But I like what you just said, it was decent. And, you know, they was talking about leaders. And, like, sometimes a leader doesn't always have to be the person that, like, picks you up, gives you positive vibes, makes you, you know, like, ready to go. So, like, when people are down in the dumps, you back up. Okay, good. Yeah, let's move on. Don't worry about that. You know, let's go. Another day at a time. We could do this. You're good. You know, helpful. That could be a leader. Somebody there to help you, guide you, supportive, and motivate. But also you can have another type of leader, the person that like going into war and you're on the front line and they go in first and do the attack. They don't send everybody else in and reap the rewards themselves. They're in there fighting the battle with everybody. You know, you know what I mean? They're not making you do it for them. they're doing it with you as a team, and that's a leader as well. Do you know what I mean? So there's two types. He feels like they're all looking for him for the answers, that type of leader, where I'm thinking that the best leader he could be is a person that provides motivation, comfort, and a bit of confidence in everybody.
The police found him in an alley in King's Cross.
Oh, is his dad died?
That's him.
How does he deal with this situation? See, look at that. I told you. A pond or something, where it's a mini waterfall. Oh, right. It's his dad's coffin. That's a bit deep, innit?
Without the proper documents.
Look, you can't do this to me. I'm ready to go now.
Perhaps another carrier.
No! I'm standing in front of you in the same suit that I'm wearing to my father's funeral. In 16 hours, I need to land at LAX. And I need that coffin to clear customs because there's going to be a hearse waiting there. Because I need it to be done. I need it to be over.
Not gonna be there. That's interesting though, because like, was he trying to pretend that he was in that coffin for him or what? Or like, was that somebody else's? That Boone?
Where'd you get that? I was just sitting in the tent. And Jack just took off. Claire could have died. I tried to give her some sooner, but it just got out of hand. It's been 6 days. And we're all still waiting. We have to stop waiting. We need to start figuring things out. A woman died this morning just going for a swim. Every man for himself is not going to work. We need to figure out how we're going to survive here. Freshwater up in the valley. I'll take a group in at first light.
The thing is though, I actually do think he really does love her. Do you know what I mean? I actually do. Even though I don't agree with all the stuff that he does.
Taking my place at the top of everyone's most hated list.
So where were you today, Jack?
Just had to take care of a few things. My father died in Sydney.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Right, I thought it was interesting there because, you know, if his dad was actually in that coffin, I would have thought it was really good because, I don't know, like, it's like fate or something was leading him. Well, something clearly led him to that location. Now, I don't know what it is, and it's not a coincidence that he ended up being there. He was seeing his dad, but how his dad was there, why he was seeing him, and how he got to that location, you know, it is kind of what Locke was saying. You know, maybe it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's meant to be they should be crash landing on this island and that was their purpose to purposely be there. But what I'm saying is, in that location, seeing them visiting stuff, like, maybe it was meant to be. It's interesting. And the fact is more things from the plane there. Maybe you find a hairbrush. You know what I mean? Claire's saying that she's looked all over and she can't find one. Now, the interesting thing for me is, like, it's just the little things. Like, I'd like to see if the show addresses certain stuff because I'm not saying it massively has an impact on me, but like when I watch things and I know that they're on a deserted island now, unless they say to me, like, I'll reference in one episode that they found a shaver or something, everybody's hair better be getting long, everybody's beards better be getting long. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is something I do pick up on, just little tiny things like that. If we go into season 3, right, they've all got short hair, I'm gonna be like, what's going on? Why have we not been addressed that something's happening? Like, I would love to see it. Like, you progress through it. Maybe get to season 3, he's got long hair like me. He's got a beard down here. Looks totally different. Everybody's all caveman style. Big muscles, you know what I mean? After doing all this building and digging and creating, like, huts and stuff. Because, like, I like watching survival things, and like, you know, one thing that I've learned what you could do from there is you could go and you could gather like loads of sticks and loads of things and get them together in one bit, and then you could go and get like one of the big leaves and like rip it in half and get little strands, and then you could wrap it around and tie them together in like crisscross and knots, and then you could get like one stick into a big strong thing, and that could be like a weapon, or you could go and like dig, you know what I mean, and cut out the sand, and you could do some scoops. Like, what I was thinking is, near the water, what I would do is I would dig like a hole, a trench, so that if fish come in and go into it, they can't get back out of it. Do you know what I mean? So I would dig like little holes here and there, so stuff goes in, couldn't get back out. Maybe like put a bottle in. Do you know what I mean? So it floats around in there. Fish goes in, bottle gets jammed, can't get back out. I don't know. Like, go through all these little different things. Create huts, locations, houses. Again, I mentioned it already. He's saying it there. Venture into the jungle, man. Like, it is massive. You don't need to stay in a bit. Right now, it's okay. You know, they're hoping that somebody comes over, a boat comes. I probably would keep a group there, but I wouldn't venture too far that you would lose each other. But, like, you would need to split up. You actually, like, in my personal opinion, you would need to split up because you got more chance of being seen. If, you know, if you scattered around the island, somebody could come from either direction. What if you're on this side and they come from the left or they come from the right? Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to see you if everybody's, like, together in one unit. But again, clothes, yeah? What happens here? I know that we've seen Kate going through it all, but when, you know, there's going to be a time when you get all really dirty and people are going to start changing. I like appearances that swap as well, so I don't know. I don't expect it now. It's episode 5, you know what I mean? But, like, these are things that I do look at and pick up on going through. And, you know, I do like how, obviously, like, he got to that location. His dad wasn't in there, but I could see him stressing out, smashing it up. Another part of the plane, there was loads of things there. I don't know what them dolls are there for. You know what I mean? Like, there was all of them around. It kind of, like, led him to there. Locke's not back as well, so, like, what is he doing? Is he found something? Because, technically, he went out to try and find water, didn't he? Maybe to get some food as well at the same time. But it was Jack that's found it. So, if he comes back with food again, you know what I mean? He's going to be literal, like, the saviour. Do you know what I mean? Because I'd be starving if I was there. Hey, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. 5 in the bag. We're literally flying through the series. Really enjoying it. It's very interesting. And, you know, we still do not know what it is that is roaming around in the jungle. Now, again, nothing really has kind of been drawn upon or, like, further acknowledged that polar bears are there. I don't even know if they come back to the camp and told them that a polar bear's there, if I'm being totally honest. So, I mean, hopefully we get more of that, and it's not just some random thing that's been thrown into it. Now, Jax was interesting. You know, we seem to be cycling through the characters. So we've had, obviously, Kate, we've had, obviously, Locke, and now Jack in today's episode. So I'm assuming that we're going to get one of maybe Sawyer, maybe one of Boone, maybe one of the, you know, the two foreign, you know, the man and wife as well. Maybe one of them. Could get one of Claire, one of Charlie. Charlie's been really, really good, actually, you know. He is kind of loves it that he's in a band, you know what I mean, the bass guitarist, and like you know, he's had that conversation already with Kate once. He thought that Shannon was going to have it with him, but she only asked him to go fish, which I'm not really a big fan of Shannon so far. She just seems, I don't know, a bit moody and a bit all about me, you know what I mean? I'm all about team players and hard workers, and like, I don't know, if I was locked on that island, I just want to be practical and get about. I'd be mooching, I'd be exploring, I'd be just yeah, I just wouldn't be sitting around. So I don't know. I'm different to her, but that's everyone's each to their own, innit? Now again, like I said, it'd be interesting to see all of their backstories, especially Charlie's with his drugs and his band, and obviously the popularity. See what he was doing on the plane. Was he at a gig? Who knows? If he was at a gig and he's gone missing, then maybe obviously lucky chance that people are looking for him. Now again, like I said, Saeed, he still wants to look for the location of the transmitter. He thinks that there's a power source in the island. Great stuff. I do think that as well. You know, one's been powered for 16 years. Now, I don't know where Locke's gone. He's obviously on a mission. Again, you know, I don't dislike his character. I'm not saying that. I just don't know what to make of him. And that is, you know, I think that's a fair assessment, if I'm being honest, of him. You know, because we got the story that he couldn't walk, but now he can. And now he's exploring. He's kind of being independent. He's on his own. He's pulling back animals. And he's seen the thing. And he's saying that he's not. And it's like, what's going on there? Do you know what I mean? And then again, he turned up in a perfect time when Jack was dangling off that cliff. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just interesting. And what's his secret that he's told Walt? I'm still going to go back to it every time until it's revealed. Now, you know, we had a shortage of water supply today. Boone actually took it, which was interesting. He just said he seen it lying around and anybody could have took it, so he did, and he wanted to come and give it Claire earlier on, but then obviously it got out of hand. Everybody was panicking, and then basically he said that he assessed the situation really, and he thought that if he held his hands up and said it was me, you know, everybody was going to turn on him, just like they did when he did find out. But luckily, obviously, Jack's found that supply. Now, I like how Sawyer's gone over to him and said, look, mate, you know, how's it feel to be the most hated guy in the camp? Because everyone's kind of on Sawyer's back, if we're being honest, when realistically, I just don't think he's done anything that bad. You know, he's just kind of been like all about me, but he had to actually took part in stuff. He did go and give a few things when he was doing the talk, you know, last episode about the people that died. He has obviously gone on his own little mission and scavenged and said, what I found is mine and I'm going to trade for it, you know. If you want some water, I want some food. I've got something, you've got something, trade. I kind of like that. It's pretty good, you know what I mean? Like, back in the day, you would probably do trading, wouldn't you? So say like if you went somewhere and you was like, yo, I really wanted those gloves, and someone was like, well, you know, I like your glasses, you'd be like, oh, God's sake, right, swap. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I kind of get it. I like that concept. So I'm excited, obviously, to see his character, who gets drawn into him. Still feel like he's going to be in a triangle with Kate and Jack, to be honest. I really, really do think that. Kate and Jack seem to be getting closer. You know, like they kind of reveal. I won't say revealing, but they kind of getting more comfortable around each other and expressing a bit more of the feelings and about the life and stuff like that. You know, she was willing to tell him about her criminal activity, so to speak, and he was open enough to tell her about it. Obviously his dad just passing away, so they're like kind of and when she come back and she had a cut on his face, you know, he kind of like grabbed her and looked at her side, and he's like, you know, you're gonna say I told you so. So I can see them getting closer, but the triangle is what I'm calling. So but also, there's got to be some more relationships being built. There has to be, you know, that's just going to. But I'd like to know the timeline as well. Are we 4 days in? I mean, 5 days in? Or are we more? I think they might have mentioned that it was 6 days in this episode. And if we're going to do one episode at a time, it would confuse me if we was always one, you know, like one behind. Or, you know, I would like it to just, you know, maybe next episode they could say, right, we're 2 weeks in, no one's here, and we can understand the progressive timeline so that Claire could actually have a kid. Do you know what I mean? Because I actually want that baby to happen. I don't want her to be roaming around pregnant all the time. I want that to come, see who steps up, see who helps out. She was saying that she might feel like a burden of everybody, and she was thanking Charlie for staring, you know, her in the eyes. Not many people do that. So again, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see different characters and people progress throughout the show. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.